how's it, everyone? We on the last day of rAge. We're a bit tired. Thankfully, we've got Miles here from MSI. He's just going to tell us a bit about MSI, esports, and what did you think of rAge? How was your experience?
So, I mean, rAge is very important to gamers in South Africa. It's important to us as a brand. For MSI, it's a great way to engage with the users. But beyond that, I think it's just like a really great social scene. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort just to attend, come from all over the country. We personally at MSI really appreciate that. I know that all the other people that are involved in the event really appreciate that, and I think that's what makes it unique, because it's an opportunity for people to see each other again, and a lot of us spend a lot of time online playing games together, and we don't get to hang out because of the distances. So that makes it like a little bit more than just an expo. It makes it quite an intimate social experience. And if you've been attending rAge as long as I have and you guys have, it's like 10 years for some of us. It's really cool because that's the only time you actually get to meet these people and catch up. It's also fun from a vendor perspective. We get to see what our competition's doing,
Interesting.
and see what we're doing that they're copying. So overall, it's like really worthwhile from a vendor perspective. It's worth every penny. The rAge team are brilliant. They really run a tight ship. So from that perspective, it's an absolute pleasure. In terms of the response we get from the participants, that's always brilliant, and it just seems to like get more and more. What's what I'm looking for? I'd like to say like higher levels of engagement every year. So as the gaming scene grows, we tend to get more feedback and more interaction, which really makes it worthwhile. We're always looking to better everything we do, not just the devices that we put into the market, but how we interact with the communities. For us this year at MSI, I think one of the most important things we did is we sponsored the press room. For me personally, that was a very important activity to do. I think they're like the unsung heroes of the gaming community. Gamers are by nature quite tough consumers to engage with. I mean, by virtue of the fact that they own a device and they own an internet connection, they come with certain levels of expectation. They are part of that kind of instant, always on, modern kind of self-serving, self-consuming community, and so it's like if you do something wrong, it's out there immediately, and if you do something right, it's also out there immediately. So you got to stay on your toes, you got to listen, and you have to respond. I think there's like a lot of transparency and honesty in gaming. What we've seen over the last couple of years with game developers and hardware manufacturers is when they try and pull a blind one over the consumer's eyes, it always comes back to bite them. And those are lessons that people are learning continuously. So we try and take that to heart. Gaming for MSI is very, very important, especially on the notebook side of things. I mean, if you understand the notebook industry, a lot of the manufacturers and vendors are trying to make multiple devices for mobility for different sectors. We are focused on gaming. In the last 2 years, MSI has taken a big shift from trying to engage with your average consumer or your average business user and just focus on gaming. We basically have 3 models outside of the gaming market, and then every other product that we make in the notebook division is focused on gaming. And that makes it a little bit more challenging, because I think your business user, it's kind of like, and your consumer, how they interact with the devices has been defined over the last 10 years. Whereas there's this consistent and continuous evolution of how gamers interact with the technology and each other. And we've seen recently, the rise in online streaming. And the challenge for us as a manufacturer and a vendor is how to cater to that new segment within gaming. And it's a massive, massive market. Obviously, a key indicator of how well online streaming doing is the recent launch of YouTube gaming. I mean, Google obviously took a long time to analyze the situation, and they realized that this would be a successful endeavor, a new addition to their portfolio of services, and it's going really well. What we do at MSI to address that need is we build in technology, or we partner with partners. We partner up with other manufacturers and vendors to enhance the ability of our user to stream. Our devices ship with the Expert Gamecaster Pro license.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have unique networking solutions like the Killer Shot to assist our users in connecting to game servers and streaming to Twitch or Hitbox or YouTube gaming. And so, I think that gives us an advantage in the market. There's a clear focus at MSI to answer those questions or needs of the gamers and what they're trying to achieve. It's very scary. I mean, the world's changed dramatically in the last 10 years. We've seen a massive drop in viewership of TV, online sports, broadcast sports. Those numbers are declining, and all those viewers are going to the online platforms, be it Netflix, YouTube, Twitch, Hitbox. So what we're doing is we're enabling the gamers to be that ugly beast that mainstream media hates so much, and why they hate it. And I don't think they actually understand what it is, but we create and we consume our own content, and that's a very powerful thing.
Definitely.
What that allows us to do is we cut a lot of people out of the picture, and I understand that you can force adverts on YouTube and you can force adverts on Twitch, so mainstream advertising and the creation of adverts is still going to be around for a bit, but people aren't watching TV shows and sports, they're watching Twitch streams, and for a lot of people out there, they don't get it. Like, why would you want to watch somebody play games? I mean, we saw the pushback from the gaming community, on Jimmy Kimmel. My honest opinion, and I've grown up in gaming, so I get it, is if you don't get it, you don't need to. You don't need to understand it.
Definitely.
You just need to recognize that it's massive.
Yeah.
We're talking millions and millions and millions of people, and millions and millions and millions of dollars being spent on this. So for me, it's a pleasure to work with MSI because they get that, and they build technology to enable users to interact with each other the way they want to. That beast that creates and consumes its own content, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
That's great to see that focus.
Yeah.
Just that little bit extra that enables you to do that extra.
But it's always like by gamers for gamers, and like a lot of people throw that terminology around, and it's like a nice little marketing catchphrase. But it really has to be, because we're quite particular, and we kind of like, when something comes along and it works, we know that it works and we like it and we do it. But I think a lot of us are like racehorses with blinkers on. We're so busy living the life that we don't actually take a step back to realize what an impact this scene is having on economies around the world. And it is popular culture now. League of Legends, 67 million users. Dota 2, 1.2 million consecutive users at a given time. So that's just a time zone where that bunch of users is awake. ESL doing CS streams and getting 1 million viewers on a stream. One single stream. The TI with all their viewers and all their multi-language streams, and it's like very, very complex, and I understand why it scares some people who are not in it, and I understand why people who are trying to understand how to get in it fail so abysmally, because we all take for granted how much knowledge we've accumulated over time, and we're on the ride.
Yeah, it's a culture.
So we pick it up.
Yeah.
I think the advantage that MSI has, over any of their competitors, is the majority of the designers, the developers, and the engineers within MSI are gamers, and they revere the gamer, they listen to them, and they try and answer their needs. And in doing that, I think it becomes quite a subtle process. So it's not in your face. Now, granted, at an event like this, we're all over the place and we've branded everything up. But I think just like the support for esports that MSI has done over the last couple of years, if you actually do the research, it's mad how many teams they support, and it's active support. It's not just a little bit of money for t-shirts. They're covering transportation, accommodation, and giving them hardware. That helps grow that scene. then the money and hardware that they put into prize pools for events is also large. We've had some major partnerships. Unfortunately, we didn't renew this year, but for a few years we were supporting Fnatic, which was great. I mean, one of the top MGOs in the world, top League of Legends team. They had at one stage a very good Dota team, the top CSGO team. Great MGO. I mean, if you measured Fnatic against any one of the top British football clubs in terms of Facebook likes, they would be the third largest. Okay, so we're going up with like a mainstream sport that when they hold their World Cup has the largest viewer base in the world. So gaming's right on the tail of that. Another thing I'm very proud about the gaming industry, and obviously MSI's involvement in that, is we've finally broken that kind of entertainment record where for many years porn was the #1 generator of revenue in entertainment, and it's now gaming.
Wow.
And I think that's great.
That's good to know.
I think that whole kind of like, oh well, you got a computer internet connection, so you spend a lot of time on porn. That was probably true for a long time because the numbers were there to prove it. But now gaming's overtaken, and I think that's cool.
Yes.
I think it's great. What it says is people are using their devices, to interact with each other in a healthy way. I think gaming's very healthy. I think the competitive nature is great. I like what's happened with Gamergate. It doesn't matter what side of that argument you're on. I think it's raised a lot of important questions.
Yes.
I think unfortunately we're not aware of how integrated gaming really is, how large the cross-section of people are. I mean, I experience it. Whole families are getting together, young children, girls, guys with Springbok colours in judo. It's just such a cross-section. Doctors, lawyers, mechanics. And so I think what it allows us as gamers to do is interact with people that we would never interact with. I think if you go to your local, football club, like most of the guys who are at it, they're kind of all the same guys, they're from the same neighborhood. With gaming, it's not like that. You're talking to somebody on the other side of the world or the other side of the country, and you're forming relationships with them. And I think for me, that's what's really special about gaming, is the intimacy and the level of interaction, and I think that's what people outside of it don't get.
Yeah.
They think it's a solo experience, and it's not. Very few people play games in Malaysia nowadays. We use our devices to connect to voice over IP servers, and we talk to people, and you get to hear if the baby's crying in the background, or if the wife's shouting, if the dogs are barking, and humans like to talk about what's going on in their lives, and you can, after over a few months of speaking to somebody on TeamSpeak while you're playing a game, you can learn a lot about them, and then when you meet them, there's always that, wow, I didn't think you'd look like that, but once you get over that, you are as close as you were. So
yes.
I'm very happy to be at MSI. I'm very happy with what's going on in gaming in the world. It was a big jump for me to move from my previous career, which was selling, large IT solutions in business. It was a very comfortable position to be in, and it was a long time coming. But I found a good family. I love the brand, I really do. I love what they're doing. I've got a big passion for gaming, and I'm thankful that we have people like NAG, the rAge team, to host an event like this. I'm very excited for Cape Town next year. It's going to be epic. I know that the Cape Townians love gaming, and there are a lot of them. So hopefully you guys will be down there, we'll hopefully be down there, and we'll just grow the scene more, because if I could have it my way, I would do an event like this every month.
We'll be there, but we'll do it.
It's tough.
Yes.
It's tough, it's tiring, and it's, when you're this tired, it's hard to kind of be engaging, but I think that's a very important thing. I think that's what separates the wheat from the chaff is, on the third day, when you can still engage with the users and break a smile even though your feet feel like they're about to go black and fall off. But and then I think what really makes it worth it for me is the media and like how much work they put in. You see them just running around and engaging with all the vendors and all the users, giving everybody a fair shake, trying to understand what are the goals and aims of each exhibitor in really helping get that message out. So a big thank you to you and all your peers for attending the event again and helping us get the message out. Without you guys, it really wouldn't be worth it. Because
thank you. It's, the stand is amazing, and even the media lounge. Usually we get in here, it's all dull and normal, and it's nice to see some color. It's just a theme to put to it.
Yeah, I mean, we learned some lessons. I definitely think we could do more with the media room. As far as the stand goes, it's really great. We have a very strong partner in South Africa, EveTech. They're doing really well in the gaming industry. And again, another success story where they focused on delivering gaming solutions to gamers. And they're doing really well for that. They've created a niche market, and there's a lot of success there. And for us, it's only a pleasure to support them because they're on the same boat as us. Their focus is the same focus as ours, and it makes it really easy. And hopefully you guys will take the time to go down and film the stand so that your viewers can see it. I think it's really beautiful. A lot of that comes from EveTech. They add that kind of neat little final touch, things that we miss because we're so busy trying to look after the big picture. They got their own little water bottles with an EveTech MSI logo, and I think stuff like that's really cool. I love attention to detail because I'm so ditzy and so messy that I can appreciate it. Because I never achieve it because I'm always trying to look at everything and hopefully everything is perfect. But yeah, we're very happy with the stand. We're very happy with the work that EveTech put into it. We really appreciate having them as a partner, and hopefully we'll find more like them, because people who are as focused as we are on gaming and as you guys are, there's that commonality, which makes it easier. And I think that's the powerful thing about gaming is we all really love this thing that we're doing, this crazy experience that we're living and changing and trying to work out how best to kind of understand, because it moves really fast and it's fun, and it's people like EveTech and NAG and the rAge team and all the media that attended and all the users and all the gamers and the cosplayers just make it this amazing experience. And if you're watching this and you haven't really done it and you're thinking about it, do it wherever you live. Book a guest house, save up for the flights, come here and experience it, because it really is worth it. And you can see I've got a big smile on my face. I'm exhausted, my feet hurt, but that's how I feel about this. Very passionate and very happy to be part of it.
No, thank you very much, Miles. Guys, you can check out the EveTech interview as well that we've got on our YouTube channel. Be sure to check it out because they've got an awesome site, especially for gamers. And stay tuned for some screenshots of the stand. And please subscribe. Catch you guys later. Cheers.